I felt like having a smoke, but I hesitated because I didn't know if I could with Maman right there. I thought about it. It didn't matter. I offered the caretaker a cigarette and we smoked. I'm Marsal. People think I'm sort of a strange guy because I don't really care about much. I just do what I want because one day we're all going to die anyways, right? Why should I do what everyone else expects me to do? People think I've gone crazy. I mean, what sort of guy smokes a cigarette in front of his own mother's body? But what should it matter to them anyways? It's just a meaningless act. Society's claims to what is normal means nothing to me. It is just a mere suggestion, nothing I need to read into. People have gotten so hung up over my mother's funeral. Isn't there something better to talk about? I'm her son, and even I've moved on. My attorney thought it was bad for my case. He asked if I had felt any sadness that day. The question caught me by surprise, and it seemed to me that I would have been very embarrassed if I'd had to ask it. Nevertheless, I answered that I'd pretty much lost the habit of analyzing myself, and that it was hard for me to tell him what he wanted to know. I probably did love Maman, but that didn't mean anything to me. I understand I wouldn't have been put to death if I simply told him I loved my Maman, and it showed I had some sort of human quality that wasn't detached from everyone else. But I wasn't just going to lie to save myself. If I did that, I would still be living my pointless life. Sure, maybe I loved her at one point or another, but what's it matter now? At least now death has taken me, and I can be done contemplating the ways of life. He didn't understand me, and he was just sort of holding it against me. I felt the urge to reassure him that I was just like everybody else, just like everybody else. But really, there wasn't much point, and I gave up the idea out of laziness. Later in the trial, he stated that I had no place in a society whose most fundamental rules I ignored, and that I could not appeal to the same human heart whose elementary response I knew nothing of. I may have previously told him I was just like everyone else, but maybe I wasn't. I could conform to every standard society set in front of me, but that would be impossible, and because of that, I will always be an outcast. Nothing mattered, and I knew why. So did he. Throughout the whole absurd life I lived, a dark wind had been rising toward me from somewhere deep in my future, across years that were still to come. And as it passed, this wind leveled whatever was offered to me at the time. In years no more real than the ones I was living. What did other people's deaths or a mother's love matter to me? What did his God or the lives people choose or the fate they think they elect matter to me when we're all elected by the same fate, me and billions of privileged people like him who also call themselves my brothers? Couldn't he see that? Everyone was privileged. There were only privileged people. The others would all be condemned one day, and he would be condemned too. I don't care who lives and who dies. Nothing matters. Everyone ends up dead anyways.